Alright, so I'm doing some vinyl plank in a bathroom today. And I just want to show you this because I've been doing flooring for 30 years and I just came across Liquilock not too long ago, probably about a year ago. And this is a powder that you put inside the toilet. And what I did is I just shut the water off. Now I'm going to flush. So I got all the water out of the tank. Now I'm just going to open it, one little pack here, dump it in, and now we wait. Okay, come on over here, I want to show you. So this is about 5 minutes later. You can see that the water gelled up. You can see how it is. So now that will stop any water from coming out while I'm tipping it, trying to pull it out of here. We emptied the tank. Now when we put this toilet back in, we'll just let the water run and the water will dissolve that gel again. Okay, I want to talk to you about a few things with this existing sheet vinyl that we have on this floor. You can see, like right here, it's loose. So you could either staple that or you can just kind of cut that stuff away. Now I'm going to cut it away because it's curling a little bit. And I'm actually going to float this floor a little bit right here. But I want to talk to you about the tubs. The same thing with along the tub. A lot of times these tubs, the vinyl along it will curl. And so I'll just take my utility knife and run it out, maybe not even quite that far, and just go ahead and get all that loose curl out of there. Now I got this scraper. You can get one just like this kind of, except for the handle will be a little different, from one of the big box stores. I'll leave a link below. Has a nice scraper blade on it that you can use then to scrape all that off along the tub. See how nicely that comes off with that scraper blade? Okay, so I still have a little bit of loose stuff. I got the curl cut away. Now you could do a few different things. You could get some glue, even super glue, and try to super glue the edge of this down. I don't want to take up all this vinyl. I want to go over it. But you could also use any kind of stapler and just staple it. Okay, I'm mixing up some floor patch, and what this is Ardex Feather Finish. I'll leave a link below for this. Well, they have something similar to it called Henry's 549. I'll also leave a link for that. The Ardex Feather Finish you're going to have to order on Amazon. That's what I use, only what I use, but you could use Henry's 549. It's up to you. Now a lot of people ask, do you have to fill in these? This particular vinyl doesn't have a lot of divot to it, but I probably will just skim it real quick just to show you how to do it. If you have deep grooves, you might want to fill that. But to be honest, I don't think that this would bleed through your vinyl plank, but if you're concerned about it, I'll show you how to do a skim coat. Now to do a skim coat, you can see if I skim this over, how the joints are filling in. So you just want to use a flat trowel, no teeth on it, and then just mix the Ardex the way it's supposed to be mixed, and then go ahead and skim your way out. Now you might need to do 2 coats. 1 coat might be enough. Alright, so I'm not trying to get this perfect the first time. I'm going to do another coat. Don't try to make it perfect the first time because you're never going to get it perfect the first coat. Just do light coats and everything will be just fine. Now right here, the sheetrock is down lower, and I like to just get that out of there just to give me a little bit more play with the plank and not have to worry about hitting that sheetrock. So I'm just going to cut that out now too with the oscillating saw. Weird angle. Okay, when you're using the oscillating saw, you just want to let the oscillating saw do the work, because if you try to force it, it's just going to take longer. So let the saw blade do the work. Okay, so if you have a ceramic tile inside your bathroom, you can use the same methods that I just showed you on to skim coat those grout joints to fill them in so you get a nice smooth surface. Now, not all plank needs that done. If you have thicker plank, most of the time the manufacturers will say if you need to do something like this or not. I know that Mannington Endura Max states that you don't have to fill in the grout joints, but to be safe, if you're not concerned about that tile, then go ahead and skim coat just like I showed you. Now, I want to talk to you about the next video that's going to come after this before we continue on with this video. I'm going to show you in a video that I'm going to release later on this week, or actually next week, and that is going to be how to install this plank into this bathroom. I'm going to share with you how to flow it through the door and into the bathroom without having any transitions. Now, I'll also talk to you about a standalone bathroom, so that all these tips that I'm going to share with you in that next video on how to install vinyl plank in a bathroom are really going to be beneficial to you. So be sure to check that out. Now, in this next part of the video, if you have an underlayment underneath the vinyl that you need to remove, I'm going to share with you how to do that and share several tips with you. So here, let's watch. Now, there is some adjustments on these so that when you get into situations where you need to go under like this toe kick here, you can just turn your blade like this. You can feel it when you cut through that vinyl and then through the subfloor. You can usually feel it give and then it hits the next subfloor. If you don't feel that, you just want to know that this is only a 1/4 inch thick. You don't want to be sending this blade down the floor into the floor a 1/2 inch, because now you're cutting into your other subfloor. Okay, so what I was using there, cutting that cabinet, was a bimetal blade. I'm not sure if you can get a good view of that or not. But anyway, a bimetal blade is good to use for cutting things that you know might have a nail, a staple, whether it's steel or aluminum. Works really good. So I use these bimetal blades a lot. Now, they cut a little bit slower than a normal wood blade, but they're worth it so that when you hit something, you're not burning the blade out right away. Now, this is something that I get on Amazon. Now, I buy these, I get a 20 pack of these blades for 26 to 30 bucks, somewhere in there. I'll leave a link below if you want to check these out. These are really good blades. I've been using them for about 5 years now. I'm saving tons of money by doing it, by using these instead of going and getting the $30 blade from the big box store, which is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know about these. So if you do want to check these out, I'll leave a link below. And if you decide to use that link, I really appreciate it. Okay, so you want to grab a circular saw. You want to adjust the height of that saw to the thickness of that vinyl and the underlayment underneath. Now, I like to do a test spot and then I cut the section out and I'll pry that up to see and be sure that I'm not going too deep. Now, you can skim the top of the subfloor, that's perfectly fine. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sawing everything into sections. I'm using the lines of the vinyl as a guide, and I just do like 3x3 sections. Now I finish off along the walls with an oscillating saw where the circular saw couldn't reach the entire way. You can see here we're just getting under with a big pry bar, prying this stuff up, and now you just need to either hammer down these staples that are going to be in the floor. You can cut them with an oscillating saw using a bimetal blade. Here's a pliers, you can just rock it back. And then I also have this linoleum knife, which you might have seen in some of my other videos. You can buy this at Home Depot in the carpet section. Just pry these staples right out. Now again, hammering them is going to be fine. You just need to be sure that your plank either has an attached pad or you're going to be putting down a pad. Now in front of cabinets, I like to cut about 6 to 8 inches away, so it really makes it easy to get that chunk out that's underneath that toe kick. It's just going to help you from not damaging the cabinet. Alright, so just to remind you, I'm going to be releasing another video here next week on how to install vinyl plank into this bathroom. Share a ton of tips with you, some good stuff for you to be able to go and check out in that next video. Now, if this video was good for you at all, could you please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see some more of my videos, and that bell, click on that bell to be notified when I do release them. I just want you to know I really appreciate you, and I want to pray for you and for me. I pray that God blesses us all, that He blesses our families, that He's with us through any tough times that we're going through. I pray that your projects go well, and my projects. I pray for these things in Jesus' name. Hey, remember, let's all love God, love people. I'm Joe the Tender. I'll see you on the next video.